down the basement, lock the cellar door, and baby, talk bloody to me.
Hi, welcome to another exciting edition of Talk Bloody to Me. I'm Matt.
And I'm Breezy.
And today we are going to be dedicating the entire episode to Freddy versus Jason, the clash of the two icons. And we're talking about this because the guy that plays Jason is going to be at Crypticon, Minnesota this year. So that's that.
Douglas Trade, I think that's his name.
Okay, thank you. I was like, please, Breezy know his name. I don't have it.
Douglas.
Perfect. But first, let's go to Breezy at the news desk with the horror news.
So the horror news I got so far this week. I was going to say something last week, but I totally forgot. And if anybody is going to Crypticon, Kansas City, there is also like some celebrities, actors, actresses that are in Five Nights at Freddy's that also was going to go at the Minnesota one, but Kansas City is obviously coming up pretty soon. I'm pretty sure next weekend, I think. So I guess Jess Wells had to step out for work, but her replacement is Kat Connors Sterling. She was best known as Max as the babysitter in Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, nice.
So she is going to be there.
Oh, cool. So you still get to see someone from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
then you got another one. This is a fan. Also, I have friends with him too, and he's well known as Art the Clown Terrifier because he loves that. So he wants me to shout out and whatever he's trying to do here. I think it's like body casting or something. He's asking anyone in here that is interested in potentially being a live cast model for a future horror themed prop creation project, and he's personally looking for female and male models that will be comfortable in gel cast replica of their body to create head, arms, legs, and upper torso. And he was saying that we're not messing below the belt other than legs and smooth like a Ken doll. As he said it. As we aren't in the doll business. He's a goofball. Making props based on horror movies, and this process would take up to 3 hours according to him. So I'm probably will take more than that.
Okay.
And he is looking to do this in the fall. Your mold will be used to be something like effects of Casey Becker hanging the tree disassembled. If he was talking about that in the Scream movie, the first Scream.
Okay. So basically like making casts of your body parts so that they can make artificial ones that look real and then use them for gore and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so like a full body casting and all that stuff.
Cool.
So if anybody wants to be involved with that, shoot him a message. I don't know his IG account, but I do know his Facebook. It's Ryan Patrick O'Connor. Send him a message. He's a doll. You will love him.
Nice.
But, yeah.
Ryan Patrick O'Connor. Look for him on Facebook.
Yep.
Nice. Okay, so now we'll dive into Freddy versus Jason. I'll probably call it Jason versus Freddy because I always want to put Jason first, but the actual name of the movie is Freddy versus Jason. And speaking of Freddy versus Jason, before we get into the actual movie, which one do you like better, Breezy? Who are you rooting for?
Of course I'm going to be rooting for Jason.
Right? Exactly.
I mean, come on.
Right. I think everyone was rooting for Jason. I mean, there's probably some hardcore Freddy fans out there that were wanting Freddy to do some good stuff. But as you can't tell by my shirt, if you're just listening, Jason was the way to go. And so every time Jason would do something like would hit Freddy or like when he rips Freddy's arm off, I'm like, yeah. And then when Freddy would do something to Jason, I'd be like, no. So...
Yeah. Like all the fighting scenes, like they're like really, really like good.
Mm-hmm.
When it first came out, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like going to be like so bad, but it's actually not.
Yeah,
really, it's not.
It's funny that you say that because I remember when this first came out back in 2003. and I saw it. I don't know if I think I rented it, but I saw it and I remember just thinking it was dumb and I hated it and I thought it was just a big waste of time. I don't know what I had some bug up my butt or something because I watched it the other day and I was like, this is fucking awesome. What the hell's wrong with me? Why didn't I like this? There is a couple parts I thought were kind of stupid, but for the most part, I really thought it was fun and awesome and really a good fun watch. So
It is. It is.
and just a little backstory. Friday the 13th is what Jason is from, and it's Jason Voorhees. He was a deformed child that the camp counselors weren't watching. He drowned. His mom killed a bunch of camp counselors. They killed his mom. He comes back from the lake, kills a bunch of people, wears a hockey mask. That's his shtick. Those movies were made by Paramount until New Line Cinema bought it in for Jason Goes to Hell. New Line Cinema made Nightmare on Elm Street, which is about Freddy, which is a child killer that got off on a technicality, and the parents gathered together and burned him alive until he was dead, not alive anymore. And now he haunts their dreams as like a dream nightmare demon thing. And New Line Cinema makes the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. They bought the rights to Jason. They made Jason Goes to Hell. And at the end credits, you see Freddy's claw pull Jason's mask down underground while Freddy laughs. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
so Freddy, like Freddy does it. So, I mean, yeah, Freddy does it.
Yeah. So people just knew it was a matter of time before Freddy versus Jason would hit the theaters, or at least we were hoping. And New Line came through and gave us Freddy versus Jason. And what do you think of Freddy versus Jason, Breezy?
I really like it. I mean, when I first seen it, I thought like, okay, this is going to be like really bad, especially with the fighting scenes. They have to make it really good. I do like at the beginning, like it shows like Freddy, all about Freddy, and then all of a sudden then it cuts off to like just Jason and his mom, and then they all come together. I do like that part.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's basically the beginning is narrated by Freddy, and he's talking about how the people of the town of Springwood have basically covered him all up and erased him from existence so that no one remembers him anymore. And because no one remembers him, he can't come back in their dreams to kill and murder. And then he comes across Jason in his dreams, and it's basically says something like it's Jason's mom, but I think it's Freddy as Jason's mom. He says, you can't ever die. You just go to sleep. And so he basically wakes Jason up and sends Jason to Elm Street to go murder some people so that people get scared again. And then Freddy will come back and take his rightful place once he gets a little fear juice going. The problem is once Jason is turned loose, he's off the chain and he starts hogging all the glory for himself. And people are starting to get to be more scared of Jason than they are of Freddy. Freddy doesn't like that. So he has to go clean up his mess.
So what did you think about the scene of, I think when it was like beginning of the scene, that I think the first killing scene is when where they're all at the house, like at Freddy's house, or
the Freddy house.
Freddy house, and the two couples go upstairs and they have sex, and then she gets in the shower, and then all of a sudden Jason comes in and like takes him in half or something like that.
Oh my god, that was so good. he like shoves. Well, the guy was a big douche to begin with.
Well, shoves his machete down there, and then all of a sudden, whoop.
He was in like a folding like cot bed or something, and Jason just like crunch and folded it up, and I literally flinched while I was watching. I like I jumped while I watched it.
The first time or rewatched it?
Just rewatching it this time, I flinched.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that was awesome. That was a very satisfying kill.
Yeah, it is.
I think my favorite part of the whole movie is from once you see a cornfield, there's a rave in a cornfield, and pretty much once that starts, it just all goes to nuts.
I do like that scene. The only scene that I really like out of the whole rave party cornfield is when this really, really drunk guy, I should say, they turn over and then here comes Jason. And they're like, what the fuck, dude? This is not a Halloween party.
Yeah.
And then Jason ends up twisting the head, and then he pours alcohol. He pours alcohol down like on his whole body, gets him on fire, then he takes off. But my favorite scene is where he throws that machete, go like right through his fucking, and there's fucking fire coming
And
up.
it's flaming, the flaming
Yeah.
machete through the gut.
Yeah.
And then Jason's walking, just being Jason, but he's on fire and he's walking through the cornfield and lighting like a trail of fire behind him in the cornfield as he walks. And he just starts chopping people left and right. And it's so awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. What's your favorite killing scene with Jason and Freddy?
Oh, geez. Oh my gosh, put me on the spot. Oh, I think my favorite actually is there's the one girl and she's like making fun of she's like trying to taunt Freddy and she's like, "Oh, you just got little butter knives. Freddy has that great big thing like that." And she's like, "What are you trying to overcompensate?" And Freddy just kind of points like, and she turns and there's Jason right there and he goes, "Wham!" and like knocks her like flying. It's awesome.
That's your favorite
I don't
killing
know, like
scene?
that.
I'm talking about like Jason and Freddy were going at it.
Oh, Jason. Well, my
Yeah.
favorite is the very, very end when, because Jason rips Freddy's arm off, the arm with the claw hand, and then at the very, very end, spoiler alert, Jason shoves Freddy's own claw hand through his back and out his front, and that's my favorite of the whole movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, my favorite one would have to be like, I think I told you that I'm like my favorite scene is like when they're at the camp counselor like lunch area
Oh yeah,
type
like the
deal.
cafeteria kind of
Yeah,
thing.
cafeteria, and he's just beating the fuck out of Freddy,
Yeah.
and just takes him and goes right through the freaking windows and
Oh, that is so awesome.
yeah, that I love that scene.
That probably is one of the best scenes actually, because it's like all the glass windows, but there's the wood in between them, and he just goes like through them all. Like,
yeah,
this is awesome.
Yeah, that's my favorite killing scene right there.
Mm-hmm. There's some kids involved, but they're basically just collateral damage. They're trying to stop Jason and Freddy. You got some cops the one cop knows about Jason. He's the guy from Night at Roxbury that says, "I owe you big time." That's all I know about that actor. But
I really don't think after like if you have so many people gain up on Freddy and then Jason, you're not gonna win.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, you're not.
There's a guy that reminds me of Jay from Jay and Silent Bob. Like they were trying to copy Jay. He's like a stoner dude. He's all like, "Whoa, dude, stoner." And then the main girl reminds me of Brittany Murphy, but it's not. It's some other lady. But doesn't she look like Brittany Murphy?
She does. She does in a way.
Yeah. See? So every time she came on, I was like, "Oh shit, here's Brittany Murphy again." But she has the power because, as we've said in other Nightmare on Elm Street movies, some people have powers in their dreams, and she has the very useful and convenient power that she can pull things out of her dreams into real life. And so she ends up pulling Freddy himself out of the dream world into the real world, and that's how Jason and him can fight in real life. And they do fight in the dream world too. There's a part where Freddy flings Jason around like a pinball and it goes ding, 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 ding. I thought that was dumb as hell.
Yeah, that was fun too. Yeah. I think another fighting scene is like there's like at the end where they're at this like one little area and like just like he like throws like Jason like everywhere. He's like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, he's like getting flamed and beat up everywhere, but you know what? Jason always will beat his ass.
Yep.
I don't care who I'll say.
Yep. Exactly. They say something at one point in the movie, they say something about Jason was killed by water and Freddy was killed by fire. We can use that against them. And then they really don't. Like that doesn't really they flame them in the lake, I guess, but I don't know. Yeah. That didn't really come up. It's like I was waiting for some big thing like, ooh, the elements of fire and water battle. But no, they didn't go that crazy with it.
No. Did you like the ending of that?
I did. And it kind of ends with it seems to me like they're in the dream world again because everything's kind of gray and foggy looking. Yep. And Jason comes out of the lake and he's holding Freddy's severed head. And then Freddy winks at the camera. He's still alive, even though he's just a head.
I like the water scene.
Yeah,
like I do when they're underwater. I really like that.
Oh, when he's sinking, like when he's
Yeah.
going down and you see him slowly sink underwater.
No, technically I like both ends. I like Freddy, how Freddy's like in his little world and how
Yep.
he's being killed off. And
Yep.
then I also like how Jason's being kind of killed off too.
Yep. True. And really, neither one of there hasn't been a Jason movie since, except for the shitty remake that nobody likes, and there hasn't been a Nightmare on Elm Street movie since, except for the shitty remake that nobody likes. And
Yeah, I do not like the remake of Freddy. I do give them that. I do like the remake of Friday the
oh,
13th.
do
I
you?
do. Yeah, I do.
Oh shoot! Maybe I'll have to watch it. Maybe I'll have to give it a second chance.
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, it is Jason, so
Yeah.
how can you? I guess I got to give it credit, props for that.
Well,
Um,
the other like Nightmare on Elm Street, I believe, like, um, forgot his fucking name, Robert England.
yeah.
I don't think he actually played in that one.
Oh yeah, no, it was someone else. But yeah, that's kind of one of the cool things about the beginning of this scene is they kind of show Freddy's origin, like before he gets burnt, and that you get to see Robert England with no makeup on. And I always kind of enjoy seeing the pre-burnt Freddy Robert England style.
Right,
Yeah.
for sure. So how many blood would you give it?
uh I'm gonna give it, I think I'm gonna give it 9 buckets of blood, because the only thing I'm docking it on is it's a little cheesy, but you got to kind of expect that with it being Freddy versus Jason. I mean, it's not going to be Shakespeare,
Well,
but
considering it's like back in like 2003 or something like
yeah,
that. Or
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
couple years old.
2003.
Yep.
So over like, so 21 years ago. Damn.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. Now I'm depressed.
oh man.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
That's a long time without decent Jason and Freddy
Yeah.
movies. Supposedly there's a whole big Friday the 13th like multiverse sort of thing supposed to be happening. I don't know much about
Yeah,
it.
that's like streaming on Peacock, but I keep seeing it. I keep seeing it. I keep seeing it. It's like, okay, when is this going to happen?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I would love to see that actually.
Yeah.
Like Friday the 13th TV series. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch that Friday 13th TV series?
No,
The old school one? Did you ever see the old school one?
I think it's called Camp Crystal Lake or
Oh,
something
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that. It's like streaming only on Peacock.
There used to be a TV show like a long time ago that was called Friday the 13th that had nothing to do with Jason, but it was still like a horror TV show.
Huh.
Yeah, and then there was a show called Freddy's Nightmares that sometimes had Freddy in it
I
and
have
sometimes
seen
didn't.
that one. I have
Yeah,
seen that one.
yeah. That was about the same time.
Yeah, Freddy's Nightmares, it's decent. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's kind of
It's
like a movie to me.
it's kind of like what you expect for a Freddy TV show.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I will give for me, I would give mine probably like a 6.
6.
Yeah, a 6 or a 7. Oh, fuck it. I would give it a 7 because
Okay.
I mean I hate Freddy. I don't really like Freddy, but I love Jason. I do like the killing scenes, and it's like, yeah, it's a little cheesy.
Yeah.
And I wish there was more blood. I mean,
Right.
there was, but there's like a little tiny bit.
Yeah. Exactly. There's the part where the woman's passed out in the cornfield, and Freddy's stalking her in her dreams, and he's just about to kill her, and all of a sudden she goes to like disappear, or no, first
Yeah,
like
and
her
that
guts
fucking
explode.
yeah, and that drunk guy was about to, like look
Yeah.
like he's gonna rape her, kiss her, or whatever, and then Jason's like,
Jason went.
yep.
He prevented it from happening.
Yeah, good job, Jason.
Yeah, exactly. Jason has your best interest at heart
Yeah.
until he murders you.
Right.
So, Friday the 13th 9 is called Jason Goes to Hell, but then in the next movie is Jason X, and he really went to hell in that movie because that movie.
Facts. Yeah. Yep.
That's my joke. I've been waiting the whole episode to make that joke.
I do like Jason Goes to Hell, but Jason X is like just I will watch it. It's just too cheesy.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you just got to turn your brain off. You got to like get drunk or stoned or something and just, you know.
Yeah, maybe we would just fuck around in the next episode and freaking talk about Freddy versus not Freddy versus Jason.
Jason
Jason
X.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have to.
Just fuck around with it.
Yeah. All right. Any final thoughts? Before we close the book on Freddy versus Jason?
No, that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, thanks so much for listening. You can always like and comment and share, and especially we like it when you subscribe or follow.
And
And
get those fan requests going because I really
yes, we need fan requests. We need twisted, bizarre, bloody, gory fan requests for Breezy and myself.
and something that makes Matt want to throw up.
Yep. I can honestly say nothing in Freddy versus Jason made me feel like throwing up. So, yay.
I'm kind of shocked on that one.
And on that note, we'll say thanks again for listening and see you next time.
See you next time.